How often do you go for a drive and criticise everyone that you share the road with? How often do you shake your head and think, there has to be a better way? Please allocate the next 5 minutes, because not only will you see a better way, you'll see a dramatic shift in driver training behaviour that benefits not only our kids, but their kids and everyone who shares the road. You can't afford to miss this. We'd like you to be part of our journey. Thanks for joining.
We know that this year hundreds will die, thousands will be seriously injured, yet we are helpless. We can't save our own children. The facts are that each year about 350 young Australians aged between 17 and 25 die on our roads. Another 5,500 are seriously injured. During their first few months, new drivers die at 4 times the rate of experienced drivers. Every week, another family has to confront this awful reality.
I don't want to die.
Neither do I. What is it about our young people that makes them more likely to die on our roads?
Purely and simply, a lack of education. We seem to have this mentality, 3 to 5 one-hour lessons is enough to teach them to do the most complex activity they'll undertake for the rest of their life.
I'm very fortunate that I've travelled halfway around the world with this. I've worked for some of the biggest names and biggest manufacturers. Out of all the programs, there was a very few that actually projected from a science and engineering perspective. And I was very fortunate to work under the one of the main people, Frank Gardner. That program, the research partners were NASA, the US Navy and the Ford Motor Co. Dr. Andrew Peterson from Griffith researched Frank Gardner's work. He found a massive change in outcome. He found a massive improvement in driver behaviour, driver culture, and most importantly, driver risk. What TotalDriver did was know how to take that knowledge and information and make it available to every person on the road. We knew we could structure the Learn to Drive process to provide that advanced student at an affordable price. Now we just have to research that to prove beyond just what our customers are saying. With the research that you've done, how can you see this benefiting the students that need it the most, the people that are learning to drive?
Those drivers who had participated in a structured, dedicated program had moved from being reactive to proactive, which means that they perceived events or potential hazards, risky situations, and they prepare themselves for that event, such they were ready. So their behaviour had improved significantly.
I think any sort of research that's going to zoom down and clearly identify the problem has to be a great idea.
With our research program and the support of Griffith University, we aim to demonstrate in the next 12 months a very different range of learning curves between the control and non-control group. The increase in proficiency means a change in driving culture, better decision making, reduced risk, which will change that spike from being a multiple of 30 times their pre-licence accident rate to much, much lower than that.
Any Member of Parliament is duty-bound to act on this because it's about saving lives.
It really isn't acceptable that we support legislation if it adversely affects people's lives with no demonstrable benefit.
Every single child who's learning to drive, or teenager who's learning to drive, needs to have the program that TotalDriver offers.
There's a big hole in the current driver training system.
The industry as a whole seems to teach kids only the basic skill set to pass a driving test. But I absolutely highly recommend that they preach the program.
It takes money to do research. A little bit of money from you, from me, from everybody can be pulled together, can crowdfund this research. This research is essential. We're not talking about just the novice drivers, we're talking about all the drivers, everybody on those roads. That's you, me, everybody.
This is what happens if we don't do anything. You've seen the videos, you heard from the experts. Make your chance to create a better opportunity. Pledge to this research program now. Look forward to you being part of our journey. Thank you.